Hi everyone. Let's talk lighting for videos and editing. So here's my take on it, and thank you so much to Liz for the question, which was, do I have any particular lighting that I tend to use when I am doing either my videos or my lives or anything like that, and what do I do about editing? And so I want to talk you through the 3 different levels of what I do so that it'll be useful for you and you guys can make your own minds up as well. So let's talk lighting to start. I have 2 types of lighting, and your lighting is really important. So when I am doing a masterclass or a training or something like that, I want the lighting to be great. And for that, I have 2 halo lights. Now, halo lights I swear by, and they're called halo because they literally are a round circle with nothing in the middle, so it looks a bit like a halo round. And I have 2 sizes. So I have the small one, which the halo light is about that size, for when I'm doing any videos on my phone, and it has a cute little stand that the halo light sits on, and it plugs into a USB, so that's how it operates, not a battery. And that's cute because then I can have my phone on a stand and I can have the little halo light on a stand. And I bought that off the internet, and I think it was $20 that came with the phone stand, the little stand, and the little halo light, which is really cute. And when you're doing lighting just with your phone, then it works really well. For my masterclasses and my trainings that I am doing with clients, so if I'm running a virtual Zoom session with clients, I have a large halo light. So it's a 60 centimeter, and I think that cost me about between $50 and $60, and it's been one of the best investments that I have made because it literally means my lighting problems are sorted for training sessions like that. I can simply plug it in and it lights up the room. I make sure the lighting is fine behind me, but it's really important that this halo light, and you find that the halo light does quite a nice softening around the edges, whereas that's why it's a halo light with no in the middle, because that just really frames you quite nicely. So I would recommend, if you're looking to get a light, I'm very happy that I bought my big, you get different sizes, but I have a 60 centimeter halo light that I bring out when I need, and that's what I find is all I need for the lighting. The rest can just be natural room lighting. Okay, so that's the lighting side of what I do. And then for the videos, I tend to really keep it uncomplicated as well. I find that we are so lucky with technology being so good these days that you can get away with doing very little, because often things like just your phone is going to be good enough to record. And that's all I'm using now is my phone to do this particular Facebook Live, which is more casual. So here I want to tell you about the 3 different scenarios that I use for video editing, and you can pick and choose which you think, but I'll tell you what I have done for many years, and it tends to work for me. And the good thing is, people are quite liking a more casual approach. They're liking it to seem a little bit more real rather than being hugely edited. And so by that, I mean some things you can get away with not even editing. Okay, so when you are doing something that doesn't need to be edited on the other end, let me give an example of, I was doing a refresher session for a client, and it wasn't with delegates. It was just an online, on Zoom. I did a refresher with PowerPoint, talking through their slides, my slides that I have delivered to them previously. And with COVID-19 happening, they said, oh, we need to reboost our people, but everyone's spread everywhere. Can you just do this session that they're going to watch in their own time? So it was like a little video, but I used Zoom because I wanted to refresh them and show them my slides. And it probably ran for about 15 minutes in total. Now, for that, I did no editing at all because I was smart about just pressing record right at the beginning so that I didn't have to buffer out anything with me pressing buttons or clicking or starting. I made sure I knew where the record button was. I made sure my PowerPoint was up nicely and I was ready, and I simply hit record and went live and did the session, ended, and knew where the button was and hit. And so I got away with not having to do any editing because the beginning and the end was great. Now you can do that if you don't make any stuff ups in the middle that you need to edit or redo or anything like that. So I was lucky that it flowed pretty well and it was content that I was very, very familiar with. So that worked really well. Now that's no editing, and I think a lot of people are finding that sometimes you don't have to do any editing at all, which is pretty cool. The second version, I do have Camtasia, so I use Camtasia on my laptop, and Camtasia tends to be nice and simple where you need to do simple editing, topping and tailing, putting in some music, chopping something out. The software in Camtasia is pretty easy to use, and so that's good, and you can use audio and you can use video, things like that. And then the third would be my professional videos that I use for credibility or on my website, or little trailers showing what I do and offering my services. Those I outsource. I don't spend the time fiddling. I'm not good enough with technology and video editing to spend my time doing it, because you can get it done pretty cost effectively to outsource that. So say you want an intro reel of 60 seconds and you want to provide them all sorts of photos and you in action training, and you want them to put it together in some fantastic reel that you're going to then put on your website or show people or send to clients, then that really does need to look great. And I personally couldn't get it to look great, so I outsource that to others. If you are a whiz and love doing that and you've edited heaps, then please, you'll save yourself money, which is great. So if you do have the ability and you find it fun, then I say go for it and make your own. But over the years, I have paid someone who is way more of a guru. I stick to what I'm a good guru at, and I want to pay people who are great gurus at video editing. Okay, so that's the 3 different levels of what I do. I tend to do no editing if I can possibly get away with it, or I tend to use Camtasia if I need to do just a little bit, and I tend to pay people if I need a professional look. Okay, so hello Martin, thank you for watching. If you have any questions, and anyone else watching, please do ask me them. It's lovely to see you on my live, and please keep the questions coming in. So Liz, thank you for that question. That was a very practical one around lighting that I personally use, and editing. I don't get really complicated with expensive softwares that you can get. Hello Gary, good to see you. I am just wrapping up this live. I've been talking about what lighting I use and what video editing software I use. And in this case, for this live, I have used no lighting whatsoever. I am using sound with my headphones because I am in the car to do this live. I had committed to do a live on Friday to answer all of the questions coming in, and so this is just one in the series that I'm doing, and wanted to get it done from my car to answer the questions, and I will keep going with the additional questions that have been asked in these lives, so that I'm giving you practical answers. And I know lots of you like to hear what I personally do, so keep them coming. I'm happy. I'm a very open book. I am happy to answer absolutely anything. So take care everyone. Bye.